Boys and girls, give me a second. I'm getting ready. What do you know? What do you say? Going to try to catch you up to speed here. Milwaukee leads it 2-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. I'm just walking into studio, rushing home from one of my great friends' funerals. And they're doing more of the family thing afterwards, so I decided I was going to try to bring you this game. Got caught in a little bit of traffic, but all in all, we made good time. Runner at second. One out. The man at bat is Andrew Vaughn. Here's our 3D is back, so what do you know about that? The 1-0 lefty-righty matchup. Matthew Boyd fires one off the plate. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Once again, Milwaukee leads it 2-1. We'll get you caught up on the scoring here in a second. Michael Busch led the game off with the home run as the pitch on the way is outside, called for a wide strikes, 2-1. We'll get the lineups and defensive alignments, everything going here in a second. I was jotting them down as we were en route, so I hope I got them right. The 2-1 count from Boyd brings it. Curveball in the dirt. 3-1. 3-1 count on Vaughn. Number 5 hitter in the order. Earlier, it was Jackson Churio who came around to score on, as well did Bryson Terang. They're both 1 for 1, and Contreras is 1 for 1. Terang with the run scored as the pitch on the way is outside, wide ball four. So now let's catch up to what happened. First inning, Michael Busch fired a 389-foot missile over the wall to make it 1-0. Bottom of the first, Jackson Churio led off with a double to left field. Terang with a double to right, scoring Churio. And then Contreras doubled to center, scoring Terang. So it's back-to-back-to-back doubles. 2-1 the score, and Yelich grounded out to short. So now we got runners at second and first and second, 1 out, lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way is down and in to Sal Frelick. Did he hold up? He did not. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set. Kaysen fires. Swing! That ball's dribbled over towards second, and it's going to go under the glove of the second baseman, Nico Horner. Here comes the throw to the plate. He is safe, and the Milwaukee Brewers are on top 3-1. Wow! Holy cow! Under the glove of Horner. I would think that's going to be an error. They do place it as an error. Coming around to score is Wilson Contreras from second to home. As the ball rolled under the glove, Jackson Churio. I'm sorry, not Jackson Churio. Andrew Vaughn stayed at second base, so it's first and second, and still only one out. 3-1 your score, Milwaukee. First pitch on the way, lefty-righty matchup. Fires a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Matthew Boyd. You'll see a four-seamer, a changeup, a slider, and a curve, and a sinker from the southpaw. Pitch on the way, swung on, fisted back foul. It's 0-2. Hope y'all are all enjoying your Saturday afternoon. This was a pop-up. Now, if you're wondering what the schedule's going to be like, the cards are up, but some of them are a little up in the air because we don't know how these series are going to go, as the pitch to Durbin is chopped foul down between the first and home plate line. 0-2 count. Good to see you, Nathaniel and John. SS Dub. I know we're coming in here a little late, so Nicholas, if you're just joining, jump in, say hi. We'll say hellos as we go. We did not start the feed till about 2:15. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Good to see you, Fisher King, James. We're bringing you today's game. Tomorrow we're bringing you Yankees Blue Jays. That's a 4 o'clock game. Monday we're doing a doubleheader. Phillies Dodgers and Brewers Cubs. As this series here in the Phillies Dodgers series, they are taking a 1-day hiatus. They are not playing on Sunday. So it's game 1, day off, and then game 2 on Monday, and we're doing the complete doubleheader of the National League on Monday. The 0-1 pitch from Boyd is outside wide. 1-1 count. 3-1 your score. Brings it. Swing, fouls it back. 1-2. Solo shot by Michael Busch to get it going in the top of the first inning. Bottom of the first 3 runs have scored off of 3 doubles and an error. The 1-2 high and inside. Ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 count. Game 1 of a 5-game series. The first 2 in Milwaukee, then 2 to Chicago, and if there is a game 5, they head back to Wisconsin. The 2-2. Swing. Rifles that foul out of play. We'll do it again. 2-2 count. Two on, two out. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the first as Milwaukee leads by 2. Perkins at the plate, the number 8 hitter. Boyd, his 25th pitch of the inning. Down below the knees. Taken all the way, full count. So now the runners will be off to the races. First and second with 2 outs. Deuce is wild. You got 2 outs. The Yellow Hankies here in Milwaukee are flying. The 2-2. Swing. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. We'll do it one more time. The 2-2. Swing, pops it back, foul, we'll do it again. John, if you're awake at the wheel, man, we got a lot of spam porn bots that are popping in here. Let's try to help out. Full count, runners at first and second, bottom of the first. The pitch, swing, chops it, foul, we'll do it again. Milwaukee 3, Chicago 1. The 30th pitch of the inning. Swing! That ball's ripped into left field, left center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score, and Milwaukee has a 3-run lead to get it going here in the first inning of game number 1. Matthew Boyd absolutely not showing up here in game 1, and that's going to be it for him. Craig Counts is going to go grab him, probably shake him a little bit. 2/3 of an inning, 3 earned runs. The error did not help. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. We'll be back in a flash. 4-1, bottom of the first.
Hey, to all the people out there leaving posters for their lost cats, cats don't get lost. Your cat left you.
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson, Frank Robinson, one of the most underrated players of all time. When he retired in 1976, he ranked 4th on the all-time home run list behind only Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays. He won the American League Triple Crown in 1966. Since, only 2 other players have accomplished this feat. Despite pitching dominating the 60s, he led the league in OPS plus 4 times during that time frame. In 1966, his OPS plus would reach 198, telling you he was twice as productive as the average player during that time. Some players said he was as likely to barrel into second base to break up a double play as he was to hit a home run. On the biggest stage, he thrived, hitting 10 home runs and slugging .532 in just 35 games. He was also named the 1966 World Series MVP. Over his 21-year career, he won Rookie of the Year, 2 MVP awards, 1 Triple Crown, and a Gold Glove, to go along with his World Series and All-Star Game MVP awards and his Manager of the Year award in 1989. Simply put, he could do it all.
My period, I have a headache.
You don't have your period.
You know if I got my period or not.
Oh wow, you definitely have it. That's the attitude that Dad talks about.
Fooled me completely. I saw everything that was good in him. He was wonderful with common people. He knew the first names of the people who rolled out the tarp. He knew little things about little people that an arrogant man shouldn't know and couldn't know in a way. On the other hand, he had at least 3 major flaws. He was an addictive gambler, he was an addictive womanizer, and he was absolutely a compulsive perfectionist about work. And all those things got him in trouble. In that sense, he is a tragic character in that he's a man who has a lot of good parts to him, but 1 or 2 or 3 bad areas of his life just ruined him.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Matthew Boyd, he gone. 4 runs across already. Brewers jumping all over the Chicago Cubs. It's 4-1 here in game number 1. Righty-righty matchup now. Coming out of the pen is Mike Soroka. Look out. First pitch on the way, 94 below the knees. It's 1-0. 1-0. Soroka, 4.52 ERA, so you can't expect the moon and stars, but he's going to try to eat some innings here. Pitch down and away, ball 2-0. Pitched pretty well with Washington earlier in the year, but when the going got tough in the second half of the season, his ERA really ballooned. Braves fans remember Soroka from back in the day before his arm injuries. .96-mile-an-hour P at the knees from Soroka, misses the outside edge, I guess. I don't know about that one. It's 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Pitch on the way from Soroka. Outside wide ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. And now you got ducks all over the pond. Soroka walking the first man as soon as he comes out of the pen. And he'll head on down. Bases loaded. And here we go. Back to the top of the order. Jackson Churio takes it right there on the outer edge. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Fouls it back. So an 0-2 count. Just getting going here. Bottom of the first inning if you're just joining us. The pitch. Check swing down and away. Slider misses. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing! That ball's hammered through the infield, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Diving attempt by Dansby Swanson to no avail. 2 runs will score, and it is 6-1. Milwaukee. Wow, are they putting a curb stomping on the Cubs to start this series? Cubs got to stop the bleeding, try to get back into this. Still only in the first inning. Holy cow. So runners at first and second, still 2 outs, and the first pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball off the plate. The number 2 hitter for the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang. It's 1-0. 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. The 2-0 count. Soroka in for Boyd, who only got 2 outs before he got rocked out of the game. Pitch outside wide. Called for a wide strike, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Soroka. Swing! Fouls it away. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is mercifully over. But not before the Milwaukee Brewers put a 6-pack on the board here in Miller Park. We'll be back in a flash. 6-1, the Brew Crew.
I'm surrounded by a lot of women in this department, and that includes the men.
I'm sorry, did you know that they put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum? Hang on. They put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum. How for? What come? 'Cause I had a Motorola Razr. Matter of fact, I was fickety flexing with my Motorola Razr, top of the line technology when it was in my possession. And now you got it on display in a museum like it's an ancient Egyptian artifact? Calm down, salientologist. And millennials, you know what this means for us, don't you? I'm not gonna say it out loud. I would never disrespect us in such a manner, but you know what this means, don't you?
In August of 1989, after a long investigation, the Commissioner of Baseball, Bart Giamatti, held a press conference.
The banishment for life of Pete Rose from baseball is the sad end of a sorry episode. One of the game's greatest players has engaged in a variety of acts which have stained the game, and he must now live with the consequences of those acts. It will come as no surprise that, like any institution composed of human beings, this institution will not always fulfill its highest aspirations. I know of no earthly institution that does. But this one, because it is so much a part of our history as a people, and because it has such a purchase on our national soul, has an obligation to the people for whom it's played, fans and the well-wishers and the millions, to strive for excellence in all things and to promote the highest ideals.
Less than 2 weeks after barring Rose from baseball, Giamatti died of a heart attack.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Six to 1 your score. Six to 1 your score. We're just getting going here. Good to see you, Nathaniel and Richard Talley. I don't think we've seen you in a while, Nathaniel. Good to see you. Busy week here on Braves Country Radio. Hope to bring you a lot more as October rolls around. The 0-1 pitch to Ian Happ is swung on and popped up high in the sky. Easy out for Churio. For Perkins out in center field. One away. Left to right across the outfield, it's Churio, Perkins, Frelick. Around the horn, Durbin, Ortiz, Terang, and Vaughn. William Contreras is behind the plate, and Peralta is on the bump. The batting order for the Chicago Cubs today is the first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball from Peralta. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Carson Kelly, the number 6 hitter, is batting right now. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch outside, 1-1. Top to bottom, it'll be Michael Bush, Nico Horner, the number 3 hitter Kyle Tucker, Suzuki, Ian Happ batting 5th, Kelly right now batting 6th. On deck, it's PCA batting 7th. He's the 1-1 down the way, 2-0. Pete Crow Armstrong. Number 8 hitter is Dansby Swanson, and Shaw is batting 9th. Pitch on the way is swung on, pop foul. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 count. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the bender down and in. Nasty slider. 2 down. Two up, 2 down here in the top of the second inning. First pitch on the way from Peralta, swung on and ripped through the infield. And that'll be for a base hit. And it is a 2-out single for Pete Crow Armstrong. One on, 2 out. One swing could cut this to a 3-run lead. First pitch to start off the at-bat is up top to Dansby Swanson. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. High heat across the letters to get it going. Swanson batting .244 on the year, 24 home runs. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The 0-2 from Peralta. Kicks and fires high and inside. 1-2. William Contreras, or Billy the Kid as he's known, jumped to his feet. Looked to throw down to first base, but held on to the ball. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the bender, and that'll end the inning. Cubs go quietly in the second. It's 6-1 Brew Crew when we return.
All right, team. We're going to be reviewing the new client slide deck this afternoon. And get a haircut.
At least someone noticed. Yeah, thanks.
Ryan, is that why I haven't been able to get a hold of you for like the last 3 hours?
Ryan, did you get a haircut since our meeting this morning?
Well, yeah, it was a little slow, and I got one after our morning meeting, so...
Okay, you can't just get a haircut on company time.
Okay, well, my hair grows on company time, so I don't know what, like...
Are you joking, Brian?
Are you guys joking?
Y'all, I just completed a chore that I've been putting off for 6 months and only took me 15 minutes to do it.
Libertarianism is all about individual liberty, and it should never be defined by the terms liberal or conservative.
And communism is no good.
That's right. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah. And what's the word for when a few clerics are in charge? Religious oligarchy.
Holy a man after my own heart.
The matter of Mr. Rose is now closed. Let no one think that it did not hurt baseball. That hurt will pass, however, as the great glory of the game asserts itself and the resilient institution goes forward.
If we think about the 80s, we will always remember 1989, which was a terrible year because it was the Pete Rose business hung over the sport all through the summer and came to a sad conclusion. Immediately afterwards, Bart Giamatti died, who would in a very short space of time had really become a significant figure in baseball and was admired and loved by everybody in the game to an extraordinary degree. And then we all went out to the World Series in San Francisco when the earthquake hit, which seemed to sum up the whole thing. It was the worst baseball year that I can remember.
Welcome back, y'all. Six to 1 your score. As I had a heck of a time. So it's funny, like usually when we make these chants for the games, I can usually find something. I couldn't find anything on either one of these teams. So during the break, I tried to throw something together, and hopefully we can use it. Well, I mean, we're going to use it for both teams. As the first pitch on the way to Billy the Kid is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. You'll lose the crowd sound here for a second as I try to bring it in. Milwaukee 6, Chicago 1. The pitch on the way from Soroka. That ball is swung on and smacked into left field, down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Brew Crew to get things started here in the second inning. Good hard hit ball. And we're going to go ahead and test it out for you right now. So here we go. This will be for the Cubs and the Brewers. There's nothing I can do about it. They don't have anything. The Cubs always like to sing a song. The Brewers, I don't know. I guess they're drunk and passed out. So here we go. We'll try to fix it, do a little more to it on the next game we do with them. But it'll have to suffice as I was coming from a funeral today. If y'all are just joining us, that's why we were late coming on. Picked it up in the middle of the first inning. 1 on, 1 out, the 1-0 count. Christian Yelich is up top for a strike. It's 1-1. Milwaukee Brewers, 6 runs in the first inning after giving up a solo shot to Michael Busch and the Cubs in the top of the first, and they lead it 6-1. The 2-1 down and in. Righty-lefty matchup. The 3D did get fixed. The 2-1 outside wide. 2-2. I had to pull that from something else. I just left the other team's moniker out of it, and that's going to be the Cubs and the Brewers battle cry today. It's just going to be let's go. The 3-1 pitch swung on, and that ball's going to get through the infield, and that's for a base hit. They got runners on first and second, and nobody out. Man. The Cubs, I guess they left all their pitching in Chicago. They have forgotten how to throw the ball. So first and second, still nobody out as we're here in the bottom of the second. And the man of the plate is Andrew Vaughn. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way from Soroka is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Just smacks the outer edge. Good fastball, 0-2. 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing! That ball's dropped into left field and another base hit. The hits keep coming and the bases are loaded. There's still nobody out. And holy cow, what a disaster. Ducks all over the pond. So bases loaded, nobody out. Mike Soroka doing Mike Soroka type things. Remember when Braves Country wanted him back? Righty-lefty matchup now. Sal Frelick, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss. 96 up top. It's 0-1. That's been his best pitch this inning, this outing. He ought to just rear back and let her fly. See what happens. Bases loaded, 5-run game. Frelick going back to get a new bat. Pocket Pancakes is giving some kind of order in the dugout. Not sure what he's doing there, but he was definitely, he's managing. You got to give him that. He's doing something. The 0-1 swing, fouls it back off the mask. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Warming up in the pen is Savali. The 0-2. Bender down and in, 1-2. Standing on deck, Durbin. Perkins in the hole. Ortiz if they keep the line moving. 6-1 Milwaukee. We're doing just the one game today and the one game tomorrow, then a doubleheader on Monday. 1-2, down and in, 2-2. Wasn't even sure if I was going to get back in time to do this, but the short of it is those back-to-back double headers, man, it did a toll on my body. So what we're going to try to do this week is one game on Sunday, doubleheader on Monday, one game on Tuesday, doubleheader on Wednesday, and then we're going to see where Thursday and Friday are as the pitch is swung on and lifted in left field. Here comes the throw to home plate, and they'll cut off as the Brewers will stay in pat with Contreras standing at third in the all-important first out here in the second inning. But Thursday and Friday, they're game 5s for the National League and American League. If we get 4 game 5s, I'm doing 4 game 5s. That's just the short of it. But we're just going to kind of see where we're at, because if I end up having to do back-to-back double headers, which would be off of a doubleheader on Wednesday, as the pitch on the way is swung on, that ball gets sliced into center field. That's down for a base hit. 2 runs will score, and they've got the snowman on the board. And the Brewers have an 8-1 lead.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser. Good.
Mike Soroka. And you can see the frustration on Craig Counsell's face in the dugout. He's beside himself in the dugout. He's walking towards, you can kind of read his body language as they go out there to talk to Soroka. And look, Mike Soroka being on your playoff roster, that's the first problem. But there's not a lot he can do because every guy he's sitting out there is getting smacked around. They're not hitting their spots. They're leaving the ball over the plate. There's only so much Craig Counsell to do. You can tell he's beside himself. Pitching coach Tommy Hotovy was out there talking to Soroka. Probably saying, man, you got to give us something. We're trying to get someone warmed up in the bullpen. But for the love of all, it's holy, do something. Get somebody out. So to reset here, you got an 8-1 score. There's still a lot of time left in this game. You've seen bigger comebacks. As the first pitch on the way is a slurve right there at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. Bryce Perkins, the batter. First and second, 1 out. Vaughn at first. Vaughn at second. And Durbin at first. And a 1-1 count to Bryce Perkins. Standing on deck is Ortiz, the number 9 hitter. This is the second time through the order. They're at the bottom of the order. We're just in the second inning. 2-1. Good to see you, Gary, and see who else has snuck in here. John. A 2-1 swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Two-one count. Yes, Soroka, I'm assuming you're talking about back when he was a Brave, is the pitch on the way on the 2-2, steps on first base, and that's going to be a G3 in your scorecard. Runners on first and second, move up to second and third. There are 2 away. Soroka tore his Achilles in the 2020 season, very early into it. Not that there was much of a season that's always considered the bubble season. And he's never been the same. But he pitched pretty well for Washington beginning of the year, and then he started to fall apart. Washington eventually moved him over to Chicago. Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch on the way, down and away to Ortiz. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires, 95 up top. 2-0. Count. Only game on right now, the Yankees and Blue Jays. All the other series are starting here in a little bit. To be clear, is the 2-0. Just misses outside, ball 3-0. Top of the order, looming on deck. The games that are on the way, Yankees and Blue Jays play at 4. Dodgers and Phillies play at 6:30. Tigers and Mariners tonight at 8:30. Pitch outside, wide, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And Craig Counsell has seen enough. And he's going to go get another man at the pen. I believe it's Tyon. We'll be back in a flash. Brewers all over the Cubs, 8-1 here in the second.
Do you ever just want to retire from being thick? God, I've been thick my whole damn life. Like, I want to switch it up, change the tempo, retire, collect my 401k and just settle down. I can't remember a time my thighs didn't touch. Is that a footprint on my wall?
I'm worried about any number of things, but this is one thing I never, ever worry about. When I read in the papers that escalating salaries or gambling are going to be the end of baseball, I love it because I've been hearing this or been reading about this for 130 years.
I don't think you can't do too much because we've done a whole lot of things to hurt it, but it's a type thing that I don't care how, but you can't kill it. You just can't kill baseball because when you get ready to kill baseball, somebody gonna come up to snatch you. After the Black Sox scandal, here comes Ruth. I heard Ruth hit the ball. I'd never heard that sound before. And I was outside the fence, but it was a sound of the bat that I had never heard before in my life. That was Ruth hitting the ball. And the next time I heard that sound, I'm in Washington, D.C., I rushed out, and there was Josh Gibson hitting the ball. Now, I didn't hear it anymore. I'm in Kansas City, and I heard this sound one more time that I hadn't heard only twice in my life. Bo Jackson swinging at that, and now I heard this sound. It was a thrill for me. I said, here it is again. I heard it again. I've only heard it 3 times in my life, but now I'm living because I'm going to hear it again one day if I live long enough.
Aaron Savali will indeed be the man on the mound. 4.85 ERA. Was a Brewer earlier in the season, went to the White Sox. Then the Cubs. Left Milwaukee because he did not want to be in the bullpen. And here he is coming out of the bullpen. First pitch on the way, 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. What's the old saying God says? Did they say about God, if you want him to laugh, tell him your plans? The 0-1. Jackson Churio, leadoff hitter for the Brewers. Bases loaded. 2 outs. We talked about him in the regular season when Atlanta faced, I believe it was the Cubs. He pretty much stayed in the same area all year long and never left the bullpen realistically. As the 1-1 pitch is fouled back out of play. 1-2. If you're not familiar with the geography, Milwaukee and Chicago are separated by about a half-hour drive. So he went from the Brewers to the White Sox in Chicago on the south side up to the north side to the Cubs. And when it's all said and done, he's coming out of the pen here in the playoffs. 1-2 misses outside wide, 2-2. A 2-2 count. Amen to that, PJ. Bases loaded, the pitch. Swing! That ball's hammered down the third base line. Backhanded. Two bouncer into the glove of Michael Bush. But the run will score. Will be an infield single. And the bleeding continues. They just cannot catch a break. So if you haven't had a chance to look at what we're going to bring to you tomorrow, it's going to be Yankees, Blue Jays, Game 1. That's a 4 o'clock first pitch. We're going to step aside, and we're not going to bring you the Sunday night game for a number of reasons, mainly because these doubleheaders are going to be on top of each other, so it's going to be really difficult for me to do back-to-backs as it is. But we are going to bring you a back-to-back on Monday, and it's going to be Phillies, Dodgers, and Brewers, Cubs. As they're taking another look at the call, I mean, it looked like he beat it out. Am I missing something? Yeah, he beat it out. I don't know what they're reviewing. Did he miss the bag or something? No, it was the trainer coming out there to talk to Churio. So the trainer has pulled him out, and he's coming out of the game. So he must have hurt either hamstring or an ankle or something, because whatever it is, it could just be precautionary because they are up 9-1. But he looked very, very frustrated. And so back to the action. Bases are loaded. 2 out still. Ducks all over the pond. And Terang, your batter, the number 2 hitter. Pitch on the way, off the 1-0, is down and in. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 2-0. Isaac Collins is pinch running, so that's the one good thing about the Brewers. If you are a Milwaukee fan or just rooting along for them, they've got depth in the outfield. The pitch right there outside wide, 2-1. At one point, Isaac Collins was in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. Now, he kind of cooled off, but he can hit, and he's got a good glove as well. We saw that in the series against the Braves, the 2-1. Teardrop at the knees, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Bases loaded, 9-1. Righty, lefty, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will mercifully end that inning. 9-1 your score. We'll be back in a flash. Cubs try to get back into it when we return.
Y'all, I can't believe my mama used to drop me off at the skating rink with no cash, no phone, and go home and wait for a collect call from, "Hey, Mama, I'm ready. You can come and pick me up now."
What's your biggest pet peeve that really isn't that serious, but it still annoys the hell out of you? I'll go first. I don't know why, but it really, really bugs me when someone takes their food out of the microwave before the time is up, and then they just leave the remaining time up there. Like, come on, dude. Reset the damn thing so I can see what time it is without having to glance at my phone.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
What's a transgender athlete?
It's a dude who wants to win so bad, he pretends to be a girl.
I'm not being asked to do anything that none of us hasn't done before in our own kitchens in our own home. Now, quick, kill 5 eels. What? I'm serious. Every restaurant critic in Seattle is out there and they all want anguilla, so start killing eels. Wait. How do you suggest I do that? How do I know? You're the chef. Throw a toaster in the damn tank for all I care.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small children and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed, the only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the seasons, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime, ending with the hard facts of autumn. It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Welcome back, Braves Country Radio. And the Milwaukee Brewers lead Chicago 9-1. That's the bad news for Chicago. The good news is we're only in the third inning. So if they climb, if we're going to do some climbing, you want to be down 9-1 in the third. I think it's better to be down 9-1 in the third than 3-1 in the ninth. But Peralta's on the mound. Now, Peralta has taken some long breaks. They might have to replace him in the game just because of the long breaks in between. This game started at 2:08 p.m. We are just 2 1/2 innings in, and we've spent over an hour on it. Peralta goes back to work after another long break. First pitch on the way, 94 up the stairs. Misses high, it's 1-0. I'd be willing to bet he would tell you, I'll take some quick innings from the offense so I can just get in a groove. Matt Shaw, the batter, righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Inside, did he just missed him? So whatever was going on, the nonsense with the 3D, I guess they got it fixed. The 2-0. Right there, P across the knees. Maybe a little north, 2-1. Only baseball game going on right now. A little later on, you got Yankees versus Blue Jays. We'll keep you up to date on that as this game rolls along. The 2-1. Swing, fouls it away. 2-2. So Yankees, Blue Jays tomorrow, 4 o'clock right here on Braves Country Radio. I'm going to put it in the chat and pin it here in a second. Monday's a doubleheader. Tuesday, we're going to play it by ear. It's going to depend on where those series are at. As the pitch is inside, just misses Shaw. He did not go around. Full count. Full count. Righty-righty matchup. Shaw gets back in. Peralta, his 32nd pitch of the game. Swing just got a piece of it. Bangs it down the line, foul. Standing on deck is Michael Bush. 1-for-1 with the home run. He's the only one who's done anything for Chicago. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Chicago. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. Is the 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. So that'll get things going for the Cubbies. Yeah, I was a little surprised myself, PJ, that they had Boyd going on short rest, but I guess the idea was they were going to do a bit of a bullpen game as the first pitch down and in. The ball, it's 1-0. The good news for the Cubs is that you get a day off tomorrow. You can really reset for Monday. The 1-0 swung on, lifted, high into center field, drifting back, making the catch. Just before the warning track is Perkins. 1 away, runner at first. And in a Game 5 scenario, when you're on the road the first 2, realistically, I know fans don't want to hear this, but Game 2 is the most important game. Because you're going to have to make sure that you don't go back to Chicago down 2-0. So you got your back against the wall as the 1-0. Pitch right there at the knees. They call it a strike. It's 0-1. Leaping to his feet was Contreras, keeping the runner close by. The 0-1 to Horner. Just misses outside, I guess. 1-1. But they do put the team who wins, who plays in the first round, they put them up against the wall in that Game 1 of the series. And that's the idea. Is the pitch down and away. Misses 2-1. Now you can make a couple of arguments, but one of the things is that's why you want to get that first round bye. But also Chicago, if they win the first 2 games of the series, it's not really a big difference when they reset. If they would have won games 1 and 2 Tuesday and Wednesday, then they have 3 games, and they don't use up the guys they used on Wednesday. But the important thing for the Cubs would be to go back to Chicago with the tie series no matter how they get there. Runner at first, 1 out. Peralta comes set, his 40th pitch of the afternoon. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 97. Pumps it right by him. 2 down. Peralta, his 4th strikeout of the day. Peralta's just never been able to put it together for a full season. But this guy, when he's healthy, I mean, he's Cy Young type material. Did we lose the... We did lose it. Give me a second. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. They haven't fixed that part of it yet, have they? Right there to Michael Tucker for a strike. It's 0-1. I believe we're coming back in here in a second. We share the screen. Pitch right there, first strike. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runner at first. 2 outs. The 0-2 to Tucker brings it. Outside wide, 1-2. If y'all do look on your screen, you see it disappear like that. Just putting big caps and it's down because I'm looking at 2 different monitors. The one that y'all are looking at is off to the side. I try to peer at it from time to time, but I'm going solo today. The 1-2, inside, 2-2. 2-2 count. pitch, outside, wide ball, 3-2. So a full count, which means Shaw will be off to the races. On deck is Suzuki. Tucker can work his way aboard. Suzuki could make a big dent in this game with one swing. The payoff pitch, runner goes. Swing! Just got a piece of that. Kind of a delayed delivery from Peralta. Might have messed up Tucker's timing, but he got just enough to stay alive. Here we go again. Pitch on the way. Outside, wide ball, 4. So he'll head on down to first. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Suzuki. It's 0-1. Suzuki 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Batted .245 on the year with 32 home runs. He can put a charge into one and really turn this game. The 0-1 swing and a miss. A little off-speed bender down below the knees. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Set. The pitch. Caught, looking, strike 3, bender on the inner track. Might have been a touch inside. It was a 50-50 pitch, but with 2 outs, trailing by 8, you got to swing it, Suzuki. Buckled him. We'll be back in a flash.
Do not flirt with me because I will develop a crush on you, and that is a threat.
What if I told you that Mark Fidrich wasn't the only bird flying around the baseball field in the late 1970s? Here is the short baseball career of Larry Bird. After leading the Sycamores basketball team to a 33-1 record, Larry was razzed by the head coach of the baseball team at that time about how often he was icing his body. The coach would even go as far as saying anybody could play basketball and that baseball was the harder of the two sports. This led to a dare Bird wouldn't turn down. Would he be able to play college baseball for Indiana State? With a non-conference doubleheader coming up against Kentucky Wesleyan, the time and the place were set. Wearing the number 24 instead of his legendary 33, he would take the field in the second game of a doubleheader. Bird would play first base, and while playing there, he made 9 putouts. His first at-bat ended with a strikeout and a trip back to the dugout. In his second at-bat, he would get his redemption when he drilled a single up the middle that plated 2 runs. After being told to take it easy in the field, he went after an infield pop-up between first base and home plate. Both Larry and the catcher would collide and remain down for several minutes. Bird would eventually get up. It was later confirmed he just got the wind knocked out of him. Not taking any more chances, he was taken out of the game. And just like that, the short baseball career of Larry Bird was over before it started. 2 months later, he would sign an NBA contract with the Boston Celtics, and the rest is history.
The idea that home plate has a little roof. A little roof, it has a little roof. It's a little house. It brings us back to where we're safe and where we care and where we're cared about, where we're loved. Coming home on a baseball diamond's pretty darn dramatic. You feel immense relief to have gotten out of all those hazards out there. Between first and third is hazardous territory. And then third home is joy. You're out of trouble. You're coming back and you're running toward the home team dugout. You can see them and they're all grinning and they're glad to see you and their arms are out and you come across that thing. It's pretty big league stuff.
Welcome back. Nine to 1 your score, 8-run lead for the Brewers as we head to the bottom of the third. If you're just joining us, it got out of hand quickly. Michael Busch led the game off with a 389-foot home run for the Cubs, leading the Brewers 1-0. In the bottom of the first, Milwaukee put 6 on the board. None via the home run. They followed up with 3 more in the second, and that's where we stand. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Milwaukee, 1, 2, and 1 for the kids from the Windy City. First pitch on the way from Savali is a bender down and away. It's 1-0, 1-0. Right down the pipe for a strike. 1-1. Pitch on the way, swing, chops it over towards third. Charging the play is Shaw. He'll fire it over to Michael Busch over at first. 5-3 put out. 1 down. They're saying that Jackson Churio that came out of the game, if you were with us at the time, they're taking a look at him, maybe precautionary, mainly because he had a hamstring injury recently, and they're just trying to make sure he's not going to re-aggravate it. First pitch from Savali, down and in to Yelich with the cutter. It's 1-0. You Georgia Bulldog college football fans, they will hold on and beat Kentucky 35-14 as the Bulldogs are taking a knee and draining the clock. 1-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Bangs it back foul. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. We're here back at it tomorrow. Yankees Blue Jays game 1. Pitch on the way to Yelich, just swung on and swatted down the left field line, giving chase. Bangs it up against the tarp. Shaw was the closest one to it. He was going to have to make a miracle catch over his shoulder. It's 1-2. The 1-2. 95 misses high, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing. Roasts it over towards second base. That'll be a 4-3 put out. 2 down. Nico Horner to Michael Busch. Andrew Vaughn, your batter, righty-righty. Savali turns and fires. First pitch is a curveball up top for a strike, about letter high on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into right field, drifting back, making the catch at the warning track for a loud out number 3 is Suzuki. For the first time today, Milwaukee Brewers go down in order. Chicago will try to capitalize when we return.
So I was talking to this girl and she was like, I like men and women, but for some reason I'm still single. And I was like, well, it looks like you're still by yourself.
Hey, back in the day, we used to throw toilet paper all over people's houses for pranks. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to stretch out this last roll until payday.
Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's pasteurized before we can even see it.
Dad, what? I need your help. I've tried to handle this myself, but I have one teacher that is really intimidating and pushes me pretty hard about my belief.
About what?
About everything. He just starts an argument with me in class and tries to put me down about every topic. You know, last week he made me give a talk about the Bud Light news story in front of the class, and then he made fun of my opinions for it. So I have a meeting with him in his classroom today at lunch. It's like, I want to stand my ground, but he's getting louder and tougher now that I'm a senior and my year is coming to an end. It's like, I just don't know how to handle it, Dad. I'm really struggling.
You handle it with me standing behind you. I'll be there for your meeting.
It's passed along from parents to children. My father was a football fan, but my mother was a baseball fan, so I went to ball games with my mother. She passed along her sense of the game. I'll pass it along to my son. It is a family heirloom. It is America's family heirloom because it goes back so far. But the thing that's most important about that is that we respect the people of other generations in baseball, perhaps more than we respect other generations in other fields in this country. We've been called a disposable society, but we don't dispose of Babe Ruth. We don't dispose of Walter Johnson. We treat them as though they are equals and contemporaries though they're dead. That's a very special thing to hand on to children.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Nine to 1 your score, top of the fourth. Chicago Cubs will grab the bats. Ian Happ, who lined out to center his first time up, set to face Peralta. Freddie Peralta, 52 pitches into the game as we start the fourth inning. Righty-lefty, first pitch on the way is down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. We'll go ahead and take that off the screen. It is pinned at the top in case you're wondering. But tomorrow, Yankees, Blue Jays, and then a doubleheader doubleheader Monday, a doubleheader Wednesday. And the thing about the doubleheader on Monday is that we know who it's going to be. It's going to be the National League. It's going to be this game, and it's also going to be Phillies-Dodgers. It's the 1-1, swing and a miss, it's 1-2. What we don't know about the Wednesday doubleheader, all four teams are set to be in action unless somebody's eliminated. And we're going to play that by ear. It's going to be the game that, basically is the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the bender. One away. 6 strikeout on the day for Peralta. But we're basically going to play it by ear. We're going to look and see how they have it set up. What games are elimination games, or what series is locked in the most. We do want to try to bring you at least one of the games in Detroit, Seattle, and that may be the Tuesday game, but it really depends on how these series play out. First pitch to Carson Kelly, misses down below the knees. It's 1-0. 1-0. I'm a one-man band, so it's hard for me to do every single game, but I'm going to try to bring as much as we can because I enjoy doing it, number one. Number two, I think it's important for people to get their baseball coverage. The 2-0. Swing, lifts it. Just got underneath that one. F8 in your scorecard. Drifting in, making the catch. Perkins. Quickly 2 down. First pitch on the way, swung on and banged down the line. It's 0-1. NP. Who are you talking about, Brian? Somebody blocked somebody? The 0-1. Pops it up. Over by first base, making the catch. And that'll end the inning. PCA with a really quick at bat there. We'll be back in a flash. Sal Frelick leads us off when we return.
Today is the day. We're going to be a little less of a bitch. We're going to be a little more cool-headed. We're going to be a little more mild-mannered. I mean, probably not, but, you know, we can be hopeful.
People I know are starting to follow me. That's not good. If you know me in real life, I apologize in advance, because things are weird on here.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but go put that laundry in the dryer before you wind up leaving it too long and have to rewash it.
In every era of baseball history, there is one pitcher who stands above the rest. For over 4 decades, that pitcher was John Donaldson. With the Tennessee Rats, he went 44-3, including those wins were a 31 and a 27 strikeout performance. Buck O'Neil claimed he threw a slider 20 years before anyone else did. John McGraw once said he was the greatest he had ever seen. 73% of his starts resulted in a win. 92% of them ended in a complete game. He once threw a fastball so hard it broke his catcher's hand. How about we close this off with some stats? 413 wins, 5,091 strikeouts, and 2 perfect games. Without question, I believe Donaldson should be in the conversation for top pitchers of all time. What do you think? Is he one of the best of all time?
Why did the man fall down the well? Because he couldn't see that well.
Baseball, because of the sense of its continuity over the space of America and the time of America. This is a place where memory gathers. It's a place that we can return to. And it's a place that we can even imagine existing in the future. I think we have some hope that baseball might look like baseball 100 years from now.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the 4th we go. Nine to 1 your score. First pitch on the way. Start off the inning from Savali. Is right there for a strike. Righty-lefty matchup. Sal Frelick, it's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on. That ball is hammered into right field, down for a base hit. And here we go again. Someone shot a message to Jason at the station, at one of the stations, and asked, because they found out that we were doing the game, and long story short, said, well, what are we supposed to tell the people, because it's 9-1, because they were betting on the game? And he said, hell, I don't know, take the over. First pitch on the way to Caleb Durbin is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Usually in games like this, you shoot the over so high it's smarter to take the under, but I thought it was a pretty funny response. 0-1 right there on the outer edge. It's 1-2. It's usually best to grab it when it's, when did it go to 9-1 originally? Back in the second inning? They usually have that thing up high as hell. The 0-2 swing lifted. High into center field. Drifted back on the track. Making a jump just before the wall is PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong fires it back into the infield, one away. He gave a look over to his compadre over in left field, Ian Happ. Kind of looked at him and said, he kind of moved his hand back and forth like that was a shaky catch. They have the weird indentions there at the wall. I'm sure that's something he was talking about. He should be fairly familiar. I mean, this is a division rival. First pitch is a bender on the outer edge. It's a 1. The 0-1. Righty lefty, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Savali brings it, misses high. 1-2. The 1-2. Caught looking strike 3 right there on the outer edge. Good pitch. 2 down. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch from Savali on the outer edge. Out there to Joey Ortiz. Just misses outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing lifts it down the right field line. Drifting back on the track. Making the catch is Suzuki for a loud out, number 3. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 5th we go. 8-run lead for the Brew Crew. Cubbies get the sticks when we return.
Well, what are y'all doing? Screwing?
I don't play that. I was just mad. You know I ain't mean it. Because why would you put my dog up for adoption, Tawanda? You had to mean that. An hour ago, my granny was a bald head. But now you want to go get seafood. Girl, you. Because my granny got a full head of hair. You. If you mad, throw a shoe. Why you in here punching TVs? Go get your damn purse because I just got that TV for Black Friday. You mean the world to me. I'll never do that again. You said that when you tried to hit me with your car at Target. You're out of control.
We're here at spring training. Let's check in on Anthony Rendon real quick.
That's never been a top priority for me. This is a job. So I do this to make a living. I don't want to talk to you guys at 7 in the morning or whatever time it is.
Do you want to like be here playing baseball?
I have answered your question. So why do you keep picking at it?
Oh, yeah, you technically answered it.
This ass wants to come out and say I wouldn't wish this life on anybody. I went from almost laughing to this gentleman to now despising this man. I'm angry on behalf of anyone who actually goes to work, God forbid, 2 to 3 jobs to put food on the table and pay rent and make sure their kids have what they need to go to school and barely are getting by. That's the life I don't wish on somebody, you ass. Why would you say something out loud on the day in which you are just now showing up for work for the beginning of the season? Read the room.
The fun of recalling something that you saw 5 days ago or 5 years ago or a lifetime ago, knowing that that's there to be plucked back into your life in an instant. Oh God, that's rare.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
We hope to be back to normal tomorrow and have a normal pregame. I know it's been crazy with all these double headers, but we're planning on doing a normal pregame. So we'll start the feed about 3:30 tomorrow. First pitch is I think it's 4:08. For some reason they're doing all the 08s. But we'll get you set, lineups, all that kind of stuff. That's the game plan. And then with Monday, we're going to try to do that with the first game. But the problem is the second game, they goes on top of each other. I don't know why they're not giving themselves like 3.5 to 4 hours in between first pitches. Game 1 starts at 6 o'clock. Game 2 starts at 9 o'clock. So there could be a situation where we're bleeding into the other, but we'll have to figure it out. You don't call me the one-man band of baseball for nothing. I'll be sitting here clapping the drums and banging the cymbals. First pitch on the way is a bender inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. Belts it high. Dansby Swanson, foul territory, drifting into the seats, into the first or second row, just past the tarps on the third base side. Giving chase was Durbin. 1-1. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon here in Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate you spending your October here with us. Plan is to bring you as much as we can for as long as we can. First pitch is a swing and a miss strike. It's 1-2. One-two count. Brings it. Changeup. They're calling it down and away, 2-2. I'm not sure if that was a changeup. That ball was sizzling, but nonetheless. 2-2 to Dansby. Trying to get on base to get something going. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Freddie Peralta, 7 strikeouts. Thank you, John, for the reminder. I don't know what that means. You could play Kiss songs. First pitch is a ball down and away. Start off the at-bat. Matt Shaw, the number 9 hitter for the Cubbies. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Shadows are over the mountain. Sunshine blasting the right-handers in the face as Shaw is. Pitch misses out, 2-0. The 2-0 count. Down and away, 3-0. Yeah, if only we could play music. You can't play 90% of the stuff. They go, nah, you can't do that. 3-0 count. Just misses outside, wide ball 4. Man, I'll tell you what, that's got to be a nightmare for batters right now, because where those shadows are crossing over, it's completely covering the mound, and then you got the batters in the sunshine. And there's got to be a big difference as the left-handed bat of the Chicago Cubs, Michael Busch, comes to the plate, called one for a strike. It's 0-1. Left-handers don't have it quite as bad, but it's still pretty bad. You got the glare, because the biggest thing is you can't pick up the stitches, the spin, the 0-1 in the dirt. Well, I hate that they have to do that they have to play these very important games at this time of day. It drove me nuts. Every year the Braves were playing, whether it was the Philly series or whatever, seemed like they were always playing a day game, seemed like a big part of the game, big important part of the game they'd be at the plate with the Shadows. He's the 1-1, bangs it foul 1-2. I'd much rather than play like a 1 o'clock game and get the game over with, because normally at Truist in the fall, the Shadows start crossing over around 5 o'clock. Michael Busch, who hit a home run his first time up, standing in on the 1-2 count, 1 out. I mean, not to mention, Richard, Kiss sucks. That would be the other reason why I wouldn't play him. The 1-2. Outside wide 2-2. They got a couple of good songs. But if I was going to play a rock band, that's not the one I'm going to get banged for. The 2-2 count. Runner at first, 1 out. Outside wide ball, 3-3-2. Realistically, if you're Michael Busch, yeah, you could run into one right here, cut it to a 6-run lead. But what you really want to do is just keep the line moving. You got a payoff pitch due up, 1 on, 1 out. Peralta comes set, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty curveball, 2 down. Freddie Peralta's 8th strikeout of the day. Once again, it really has always dumbfounded me that he is not more of a household name, but it seems like he's always battling some kind of injury. But every time I've seen Freddie Peralta throw, he is elite. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. So when I do have a funny story about this, I knew that one of my very good friends, he's the Red Sox guy, that when the Red Sox were in the playoffs, he was shooting me texts to let me know things that were going on. We were roommates when I was in culinary school, and the 0-1, check swing, down and away, 1-0. Long story short, any joke guy could run in. So he's a huge Aerosmith fan. That's something I'm leaving out. Enormous Aerosmith fan. Loves everything about Aerosmith. Whether you like him or love him, that's his band. And he hates Kiss. Is the 1-1 swing, chops it foul, 1-2. And anytime I could do it, I would mix the two up on purpose, but he would just get like beat red. It's not the same band. I'm like, are you sure? 1-2 count. I mean, I still think they got a couple of really good catchy rock songs. 1-2, high and outside, 2-2. But if I'm going to go watch a band, I would much rather watch Aerosmith. Let's be clear on that. I did see Aerosmith. I actually saw Aerosmith in Milwaukee with that good friend of mine and a couple other people is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Well, the Cubs keep putting them on, but they can't get them across. It's 9-1. We go to the bottom of 5 here in beer country.
I don't get offended when people tell me that I look tired. I am tired, and God forbid I look like what I am. Maybe then someone will look at me across the room and go, should I bother her with my useless bullshit today? Maybe not. She looks a little bit tired. And then we'll all live happily ever after, because on that day, I was left alone.
Y'all, my 6th grade teacher used to tell me if I didn't do well in school, I would wind up working on the back of a garbage truck. Little does she know the garbage man actually makes more money than she does.
What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
Bye, son.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I've been worried sick.
Relax, honey. I just took him to the mall to hang out.
The mall closes at 9. It's 12 o'clock.
You stopped off for ice cream.
When the did we get ice cream?
Baseball means what those of us who hold it in our heart need it to mean. It can be a game, a pastime, or it can be something by which we measure the seasons of our lives, or it can be something that serves metaphorically for the
the battles, the wars, the triumphs, and the tragedies of any form of human conflict. I'm content for it to be a game. And I think that more than anything else, it tells me that there's something in the world that I can count on, and that's never going to let me down.
Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
What is for dinner, y'all? Also, we're throwing it up there because Richard got it, the ball rolling. Who's your favorite band, or I guess you go singer? You're more into a individual singer as opposed to a band. As we try to get you through this 9-1 tub thumping that's going on right now. Milwaukee going back to the sticks. Isaac Collins will take his first at bat. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball by Savali. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 92 misses high, four-seam fastball. 1-1 count. Collins in for the injured Churio. Pitch high and out of the zone to him. The 2-1. Drops a curveball in there. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Caught looking strike three, 94 up top. Backwards K for Savali, one away. Nine to 1 your score. Game number one of this series, so no time to panic if you're a Cubs fan. As the first pitch from Savali swung on it, fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. 0-1. Turang the batter. 91 mile an hour. High heat misses. 1-0. Drives me crazy on all of these broadcasts, the postseason broadcasts. ESPN was doing it, now I'm seeing, I don't know who's doing this. I'm getting it through Cinemax. Is the 1-1 misses high, 2-1. I think it's TBS, or maybe TNT. But they don't put the names on the board of any of the batters. They worry about graphics, but they don't worry about who's batting. The 2-1 right there for a strike, 2-2. Luckily, I always have it set up with my box score next to me, but it's just like, what in the world is going on here? They worry more about goofy graphics and stuff like that than they do what's actually going on in the game. As the 2-2 drops the teardrop, curveball just misses, full count. So a full count. Swing, that ball's ripped into left field, down for a base hit. 95 mile an hour fastball that was sliced over towards left. Ian Happ has it, but the Brewers, whoops. So Turang gets aboard. First pitch on the way to William Contreras, righty-righty matchup. Cutter right there at the top of the edge. It's swing, bangs it down the line, foul, 1-1. One count. Comes set and brings it. Swing! Hammers it over to third. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3, double play. Good scoop over there by Shaw to Horner to Bush. We'll be back in a flash. The Cubs grab the sticks, and we're going to play a little Who Yam I?
Every day I get up and do housework. I do the dish. What's wrong with your face?
Because your audio doesn't match your video. It's quite perplexing. That's what my face does when it doesn't make sense.
If anybody can have you, what I'm supposed to do with you? You like a roach. You at everybody's house? Nah. You don't even know your worth. You giving yourself away for pennies on the dollar. Then you want to come to me acting priceless. Girl, God is going to love you unconditionally. And I love that for him. I love that for the Lord. However, my condition is, act like you're worth more than a hot and spicy.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
I know so many times at the ballpark when I'm sitting with my kids, I look at them and their excited faces and the fact that they love baseball just like I do, and remember the days when I was at Ebbets Field with my own father, who died before they even had a chance ever to know him, and he was the most wonderful character, Michael Francis Aloysius Kearns, with this optimistic view of life. And I know that they know him through baseball, and sometimes when I close my eyes, it's almost as if he's there and not my kids, and then it all gets mixed up together. If there is a magic in baseball, I'm sure that's what it is.
Welcome back.
That's all what I am.
It's time. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Peralta. Down below the knees for a ball to get you started here. Top of the sixth. Cubs trail 9-1. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on, rifle back foul. 1-1 count. Y'all haven't played the Who Yam I? We give you a clue on, or clues on players. Started this in the regular season. The Braves were out of it. Now it's a good, I feel like this is a good game to bring it back as the 1-1 misses inside. Four-seamer to Kyle Tucker. 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Came out of his shoes on that one. 2-2. Peter had asked about something. We are doing it. I haven't made a schedule. I haven't made show cards for it, so I'll just let y'all know. But it is going to happen. Is the 2-2 swing, lifts it down the left field line. Coming over, making the catch is Collins, one away. On the games that we are not doing the play-by-play because there's so many of them, we are going to be putting up the feed for Armchair QB Radio. It used to be called Cover Country. Well, actually, originally it was Armchair QB Radio. We've gone back to Armchair QB Radio is the short of it. Is the pitch down and in for a ball, it's 1-0. And so we'll be putting those up. I don't know if we'll do them tonight. I'm going to try to get one up, maybe for the Philly Dodgers series. It's 1-0 chops foul, 1-1. And I could probably get that done, but basically, if you don't see a game that's over here, go check out Armchair QB Radio, because we don't want to confuse people. If you want to just see the game, chat with each other, but you're not going to get the play-by-play, we're going to give it to you over there. It's the 1-1 inside 2-1. If it's up over here, it's play-by-play. So a 2-1 count. We'll be trying to get that up. I mean, I'm going to try to do it during these breaks, but they're hard to squeeze in. But I'll definitely get it up by the end of the game and into the next one. What time is that game? Is that a 9 o'clock? I mean, excuse me, 6:30 game, I think it is. Anyways, I think it's 6:30 over there. We'll put Phillies Dodgers up, and we'll just let it run. I mean, we can switch it over to the late game as well. The 2-1 pitch swung on, banged over to third, backhanded. Rainbow over to first base, 5-3 put out. Shaw to Bush, 2 down. The only reason why I hadn't brought it up because I hadn't made the cards yet because I've been busy with the funeral and everything. But we were planning on doing that, and I should be able to create it for tonight's game. And I can put it up, and we can start it off with the Yankees. But I know more of y'all care about Phillies Dodgers, so I kind of hate starting Yankees Blue Jays and then cutting the thing off in the 7th or 8th inning to bring you the Phillies Dodgers. But we will put it up there. We'll get it started going. We just may not have the Dodgers game. I mean, excuse me, the Yankees game because they're overlapping each other tonight for whatever reason. The 0-1 right there costs the stripes. First strike, it's 0-2. Ian Happ 0 for 2 on the day. So let's get into the Hugh Yamai. I played, is the 0-2 in the dirt? 1-2. I played for both the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. I also had stints out west and played for everybody in the current NL Central except for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 1-2. Swung on, lifted high and deep. Going back, that's going to go off the wall. Did it leave the building? Happ is stopping at second, but that is a home run. So the Cubs are back on the board. It's 9-2. We'll see where this takes us. Banged it over the wall, and it came back into the field of play. Happ was a little confused, so he confused me. And it's 9-2. I was an all-star and a World Series champion. I won several Gold Gloves and a Silver Slugger Award. I have over 300 home runs and a batting average well over 270. And over 1,000 RBIs. At the time, I was known as one of the greatest gloves in the game. I'm not known as a Brewer, I'm not known as a Cub, but I did spend time there. The 1-1 to Carson Kelly. Swing, lifts it into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And with 2 outs, the Cubs are a swing away from making this a 5-run game. Peralta's getting a mound visit. Is that going to be it for him? Yep, here comes Pocket Pancakes. Pat Murphy's making his way to the mound. We'll be back in a flash. They got the southpaw warming up. We'll introduce him when we return. On this date, 1939, quote, "Fans, for the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about the bad break I got. Yet today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I've been in ballparks for 17 years and have never received anything but kindness and encouragement from you fans." That was Lou Gehrig speaking to a sold-out crowd at Yankee Stadium. During Lou Gehrig's Appreciation Day at Yankee Stadium, the Iron Horses uniform number 4 will be the first ever to be retired. Initially to be moved to speak, the emotional man of the hour changes his mind when skipper Joe McCarthy encourages him, setting the stage for baseball's most iconic speech when he describes himself as the luckiest man on the face of the earth. And on this date in 1985, the New York Mets outlast the Atlanta Braves, finally winning the ballgame 16-13 in 19 innings after Rick Camp, a weak-hitting hurler with an .060 average and 83 strikeouts in 167 plate appearances, hits an improbable 2-strike, 2-out homer off Tom Gordon to tie the game in the bottom of the previous frame. Shortly after the game ends at 3:55 in the morning, approximately 1,000 fans remain at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium to see the pre-dawn fireworks, which awaken and frighten many of the ballpark's neighbors. Welcome back. I don't think anybody has found it yet. We've had several people on our radio have guessed it. I'm going to give you a little better clues now. I am more known as a California Anaheim Angel and a St. Louis Cardinal. Face first dives over the shoulder catches in the outfield heading towards the wall are part of my video resume. I was known at the time, along with Andrew Jones and a couple others, as the best center fielders in the game. I last played for the Cincinnati Redlegs in 2010 and broke into the league in 1993 with the then California Angels. Lefty-lefty matchup now. Runner at first, Ashby. And a WAR of 60.4. And there we go. Richard Talley got it. 1-0. Pops it up into left field. He tosses the bat in frustration, and that'll end the inning. So Pete Crow Armstrong couldn't get it done. The Cubs do add one on the board. It's 9-2 here in game number 1.
You know, they say, like, money doesn't buy happiness. First of all, that person had money. Secondly, like, I don't know who they are. But I do know that I'd like to form my own opinion on the subject.
I need people to understand that if I text you H-E-H-E, it's not it's it is not it's two completely different vibes.
He and I talk about I got a reputation. I used to be a hoe. I ain't no hoe no more. I ain't been no hoe in a long time. I'm trying to change.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little minute. For a little minute.
You have any idea how fast you were going?
Funnily enough, I was just talking to my friend about that. Our speedometer's melted, and as a result, it's very hard to say with any degree of accuracy exactly how fast we were going.
78 miles an hour.
78, huh? Well, yeah, I could buy that, sure, I guess. You would know better than us.
Do you feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I really do. I believe that. I know it's not pretty to look at, but it'll get you where you want to go.
Now, you got no outside mirror?
No, we lost that.
You have no functioning gauges?
No, not a one. However, the radio still works. It's clear as a bell.
Well, I know everyone here is like, how do we date you? Thank you. You can't. And not just because I'm not totally out of the woods with this UTI I have right now, but also, thank you. Oh my God.
The feeling of connection, bat against ball, ball back and forth with your father or your brother. The idea that you can throw a piece of yourself out there into the ether and it comes back to you. This is the promise of everlasting life, that it's not going to end, it's going to come back to you.
Welcome back. Cubs and Brewers 9-2. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Game number 1 of the NLDS. First pitch on the way is a bender up inside to Christian Yelich. So a 2-1 count. Apologize for that. We were trying to do something else. 2-1 pitch, swing. Lifts it high, deep into center field, going back on the track, making the catch is PCA for a loud out number 1. That is the image we're putting up during the break. Apologize for the mix-up. That is the gentleman who passed away that I just returned with a funeral. Big baseball, big sportsman. As the first pitch is on the way and swung on and knocked up high to Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn flies it out to center field. 2 down. What are y'all doing? Trading recipes in here? What's going on here? I come to baseball to get away from the kitchen. What's going on here? 2 up, 2 down. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Looked a little high, but called for a strike. Might be a 9-2 strike with the sun blasting everybody in the face at home plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Chop foul. In between home and first. 1-2. No, I appreciate it. It was good to finally put a close on that. It's just, it still doesn't feel real, but the guy was so young and such a great guy, ex-Marine, great fisherman. Probably the best guide there was. That's what he did for a living after graduating from law school. I think I told that story, but he would always say, because I'd ask him, I'd say, are you ever going to pass the bar? Because he never took the bar. He decided to become a fisherman, as there's going to be a visit to the mound. Kelly goes out there to talk to Savali, and I'd call him and whatnot. Go, are you ever going to pass the bar? And he goes, are you ever going to pass the bar, you Irish bastard? That was the running joke we always had. He decided after all that law school, he didn't want to read the rest of his life. He goes, I want to read what I want to read. I don't want to read because they told me I should read. The 0-2 count. In the dirt, 1-2. One, 2 count. The short of it was he lost his life defending another. The 1-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. F7 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the 7th and see if the Cubs have any life in them. Trailing by 7 here in game number 1.
Listen here, you walking pile of panic attack. You're gonna inhale, exhale your way through this bull if it's the last thing you do. Your thoughts aren't real, your mind hates you, but you're gonna give it the old and you're gonna be okay.
Did you know that the St. Louis Cardinals didn't get their name from a bird? Before they were the Cardinals, they were the Perfectos. And those Perfectos were decked out in red socks, red trim, and red accents. On that team was one of the greatest pitchers to never win a Cy Young himself. At one of their games, a columnist from the St. Louis Republic named Willie McHale overheard a fan call their uniforms a lovely shade of Cardinal. Sometime after, McHale would begin to refer to the team as the Cardinals, and the fans began to follow suit. 1 year later, they officially changed their name to the Cardinals. Going forward, the birds on the bat would become their emblem, and it has been used ever since. And there you have it. The Cardinals didn't get their name from a bird. It came from a fan who was commenting on the color of their uniform.
Some days you gotta wake up and say, I got a fat ass and a good heart. And that's gotta count for something. Can I get an amen?
I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something.
On October 14th, 1992, the Pittsburgh Pirates were in Atlanta facing the Braves in the 7th and deciding game of the National League Championship Series. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Pittsburgh led 2-1, but Atlanta had the bases loaded. A pinch hitter, Francisco Cabrera, who had had only 10 at-bats all season, was at the plate.
And now the Braves season hangs in the balance. 2-1. Line drive and a base hit!
With the tying run in, most assumed that the runner on second, Sid Bream, hobbled by 5 knee operations, would be held at third, but the third base coach sent Bream anyway.
Bream to the plate! And he is safe! Safe at the plate! The Braves go to the World Series!
They had a pretty good story today at the actual funeral. Guy that Ron was stationed with. Well, no, I'm sorry, wasn't stationed with, but at the same time, he was in the Marines. This guy was in the Navy, and they were friends for years. So they were both in there in the late 80s, and Ron stayed in through Desert Storm. But they hadn't seen each other in quite some time, and the short of it is this. Ron stationed over in Okinawa, and I can't remember where the guy telling the story was at. But his name was Tab. I believe I'm telling the story right. And anyways, they kind of passed the mic around to get everyone to tell a story. As the first pitch on the way to start the inning from Ashby here in top of the 7th is a curveball, high and outside the zone to Dansby Swanson. It's 1-0. He said that somehow their paths crossed, and his Navy ship ended up in Okinawa, but he did not get permission for leave as the 1-0. Foul back 1-1. I can't remember what he did, but it was something in the technical part of the ship. So anyways, the story goes, he's in there messing around with the wires and the radio and whatnot as the 1-1 swing and a miss one too. And, disappointed because his childhood friend was there in the area, but he couldn't go see him, but that's just the way it is. He said all of a sudden, he's in there messing around with the radios and doing signals and all this kind of stuff with a couple of the guys that he's with on the ship, and the hatch opens up, and he pokes his head and he goes, "What are you doing, son?" As the 1-2. Right down the pipe, caught looking, strike 3. Good pitch by Ashby, 1 away. And if you just knew Ron, you knew his personality, that was him. and he just showed up out of nowhere. He got someone to drive him over on a boat. Ron's in the Marines, but obviously they're connected with the Navy, and I can't remember who it was, but someone drove him over on a boat, and he basically kidnapped his buddy, and they went out and drank a couple of beers and had him back before his commanding officers knew any different. The 0-1. As we start off the at-bat to Matt Shaw. Anyways, I thought it was a pretty funny story, and if you knew this guy, you knew that was his personality, just loud, but, full of life. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing in the dirt, looked like he went around. Did he? They checked down the first base line, and he did. It's 0-2. Edwin Moscaso is on the plate today. I don't think we had time to get into that. Mike Estabrook on the first base strike call. Will Little is at second, and the third base line is guarded by Lance Barksdale. Left field, it's Chris Conroy and Blackney in right field. So game 2, it'll be Estabrook behind the plate. The 0-2 misses, 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls it away. Do it again. I gotta give a shout out to my wife too, because she manned the wheel the whole time, because as we're coming back, I'm trying to put down notes, lineups and whatnot for the game, and I've got these little index cards. I normally have the big sheets, these little index cards that I'm scribbling as we're going down the roads, because I knew we knew by the Waze app that we were going to walk through the door just at first pitch. And I had a couple of the computers fired up, but you can't get the whole thing going at once. You have to wait until the 3D goes, etc., to get it out to the stations. 1-2 count. We were probably about 2 hours away from the funeral today, and it was an early funeral. That's the only reason why I even tried to do the game. I knew the post funeral was going to be very close family, so I didn't want to be in the way, so to speak. As the 1-2 swung on, popped up, right field, making the catch is Sal Frelick for out number 2. This has got to be a kick in the teeth if you're a Cubs fan. You'd expect a big game 1, and here you are trailing by 7. But at least it's not an elimination game. The first thing that comes to mind with me when it got out of control so quickly, and you Braves fans will remember it, but that game 5 against the Cardinals, the deciding game. As the pitch on the way misses down and away, it's 1-0. I believe that was 2019. I might be mixing up in my head. I know it was pre-pandemic. Is the 1-0 right there for a strike? Well, yeah, it was 2019. Because I'm still convinced if we win that game against the Cardinals, is the 1-1 right there on the outer edge, 1-2. We're at least winning the pennant because we owned the teams that were left in the National League that year. 1-2 count. High and out of the zone, 2-2. Remember, it was the Nationals and the Dodgers, and the Nationals upset the Dodgers. I actually think Rendon was one of the heroes. I know the kid from Jacksonville was Howie Kendrick, is the 2-2. Swing, chops it over to second, backhanded by Turang. He fires it to first, and that'll end the inning. But that game still bothers me to this day. The Atlanta Braves win the 2019 World Series if Mike Fultonevich doesn't spit the bill. And I say Halsey's got a hand in it, complaining about the chop right before the game. We'll be back in a flash. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right, I can't some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me
Welcome back. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. Ben Brown's going to come on and get some work. 9-2 your score. You never know what could happen, but if nothing else, you're trying to get guys ready. And if you're Craig Counsell, you're just trying to get this team ready to rock on Monday. It won't be an elimination game, but you don't want to go down 2-0. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. So 1-1. But it's also a big game if you're the Brewers, because Braves fans can tell you, you can host games 1 and 2 all you want and split that and go on the road and never come back home. As the 0-1, you go around, check swing, Cale Durbin, called for a strike, it's 0-2. So if I'm a Brewers fan, I'm being very greedy on Monday night. We'll have that called. 9:08 is the first pitch. That'll come to you right after we do Phillies versus the Dodgers at 6:08. Come on the air that day at 5:30. Now remember, Country Club members, we're going to be doing the talk show Monday morning, 9 a.m. Kind of go over what's going on in the world of baseball. And we'll talk some football in the Armchair Quarterbacks today. There's a 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Appreciate it, y'all. That was actually at my wedding. Ron was he was in my wedding party. And sadly, that's like the only good picture I have of me and him. I mean, we had so many pictures, but back when we were hanging out the most, there were no iPhones, right? There were no smartphones. As the first pitch to Perkins is Swing and a miss. It's on 1. The 0-1. Bender down below the knees. Good take. 1-1. I was telling my wife, I said, there's a couple of really good pictures that I would have let. They did one of those picture collages with the music at the Celebration of Life today. Is the 1-1 down below the knees. 1-2 at the funeral. And some people shared some really cool pictures. Like, man, it sucks, but my best pictures I have of him were taken on those old, remember those throwaway Kodak phones? And I got the picture somewhere, but I couldn't send them to anybody digitally. Not any really good pictures of the 2-1. This is inside 3. So a 3-1 count. We had a great one. His favorite thing to eat was spaghetti. And he'd get drunk and call it sketty, and they had all kinds of stories about that. As a 3-1 right there at the knees. 3-2. Well, he and I went out and got plowed one night. Some dive ball or whatever. I don't even remember the night per se, but I remember we got home. We were all roommates. He and another buddy of ours that was in the Army. So those two bonded over that as the pitches swung back foul, full count. And so he goes to makes himself a big old plate of spaghetti when he gets home because he's hammered and got the munchies and everything. Is the payoff pitch. Swing, just got a piece of it to keep it alive. When he passed out in the recliner, I put the plate of spaghetti on his head and took a picture. We had that picture forever. And I was like, man, that would have been a great picture, but it didn't exist. After the iPhone, as the payoff pitch swung on, that ball's belted in deep into right field, and it's going to be a 1-out double to get the Brewers going here in the bottom of the 7th. So runner at second and just 1 out. Ben Brown 12 pitches into the day. Shadows crossing again here in Milwaukee as the pitch is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. I mean, it really stinks the way they've designed this stadium. If you've seen the overhead view, you'd understand why the shadows are the way they are. But to have a day playoff game, a mid-afternoon playoff game, you just get the worst of all worlds as the sun's going back and forth over the beams here. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled back, it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Perkins at second, Ortiz at the plate, Collins on deck in for the injured Churia. 1-1, kicks and fires, 98 at the knees, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Chase the knuckle curve down and away. 2 down. Hopefully we get a much better game tomorrow. Yankees, Blue Jays will come on the air about 3:30 tomorrow. First pitch is 4:08. First pitch swinging. Fouls it off. Righty-lefty matchup. Isaac Collins, it's 0-1. Don't know the extent of the injury for Jackson Churia. Once again, it could have just been precautionary as the 0-1 pitch is swung on, swatted into left field, making the catch out there. Right field, out there making the catch is Suzuki, and that'll end the inning. Cubs put a donut ball on the board defensively. They'll try to get on the sticks when we return, trailing by a touchdown.
Okay, listen, I might not be good looking, but let me tell you, my personality is also a show. I literally have nothing going for me.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I told my doctor I could only hear buzzing. He said, don't worry, it's just a bug going round.
If you're just finding my content, I'd like to say, welcome to the freak show, darling.
For the next decade and a half, Atlanta would dominate the National League, returning again and again to the postseason. The once promising Pirates would go in the opposite direction, often finishing at the bottom of the standings. And their supremely talented left fielder, who had almost thrown Bream out, would never again play for Pittsburgh. During the off-season, he would sign the most expensive free agent contract the game had yet seen. He would go on to become one of the greatest and most controversial players in the history of baseball.
No one in baseball ever supported Bobby Bonds. The owner, the general manager, the press, the teammates, nobody in the game stood up for the father. So what Barry learned about baseball was great talent matters, great scholarship about the game matters, but you can't count on anybody in this game to stand up for you because they didn't stand up for my father.
Welcome back. Setting up the chat for tonight as we speak as the first pitch on the way. Start off the 8th inning. Jared Koenig, the left-hander, on to face the Cubs. Top of the 8th, Milwaukee leads it 9-2. We'll get the link up here in a second for it. The 0-1. Brings it, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Might have got a piece of that, but nonetheless 2 strikes. The 0-2 count. Koenig, swing, just got a piece of that. Nico Horner 0 for 3 on the day. The 0-2 count. Digging in. The pitch. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Staying alive. No one up in the Milwaukee bullpen. Koenig may be asked to go the distance here if he can keep it together. The 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. One-two count. Swing, slaps it. Deep into left field, going back on the track. She is gone. Man, did he slap the hell out of that one. That thing was about halfway up the second deck, and the Cubs, another solo shot. They get some runners on the base paths. They get something going here, but it's solo shot after solo shot. When they've had runners on board, there's been nothing doing. So 9-3 your score. First pitch is down and away to Kyle Tucker. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. One count. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, chops it back to the mound off the glove of Kennick. Kennick grabs it, fires it to first. Recovers in time. 1-3. One away. Lefty-righty matchup, 9-3 your score. Top of the 8th, first pitch, down and in. From Kennick once again, his 11th pitch of the afternoon. Seiya Suzuki, the batter, it's 1-0. A 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Check swing up top. 1-2. Brewers 9, Cubs 3. Cubs still with 5 offensive outs left. The pitch is way outside wide, 99 miles an hour. 2-2 count. Suzuki 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch on the way, swing, lifted high, deep, into right field, making the catch for out number 2, Sal Frelick. First pitch is a P at the knees right there for a strike. Lefty-righty matchup. Ian Happ with the solo shot to his name. It's 0-1. He's 1 for 3 on the day. The 0-1. Dribbled out in front of the plate. Contreras is on it, fires it first, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. You know what that means.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour?
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe
I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay. Let's get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country. Pregame. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you guys understand it. We're on a mission of God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. Nine to 2 your score. We have put the link up into the chat for tonight's watch party that we're putting over on the Armchair Quarterback radio channel, Armchair QB Radio. It's pinned to the top of the message board. I don't know how many of y'all are going to tune in, but we'll put it up. We'll just play music in the background for you. And you can chat away as you follow the game. We'll have the 3D on there, assuming that it's back across the board, and I believe it is. Check the New York game. His first pitch on the way to Bryce Terang is down and in for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1 from Ben Brown. Bounces it up to the catcher. 1-0. Well, I don't know, Gary. I think that's going to be a really good series. I can't win and I can't lose in that series being a Braves fan. I want to see them wear each other out, to be honest with you. The 1-1, swing and miss, 1-2. The winner of this series will have my heart. I'll call it as clean as I can. But Phillies, Dodgers, they're right up there at the top of the list. The 1-2. Fouls it back. Shohei Ohtani's supposed to make his debut pitching. I don't know how long you expect him to go. But it's interesting. I think the reason why they did it this way is the 1-2. This is high 2-2. So he was going to pitch game 3. Stays pitching game 1. If you're wondering why they're doing this, when he pitches the next game offensively, he has been horrific all year long. As the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So there is no game tomorrow in the National League, so the idea is you let him pitch, he'll DH, and then you give him a day off, and he'll be back to normal by Monday, and then of course they get another day off on Tuesday heading into. I think that's going to be their game plan this round and next round, assuming they make it to the next round, that he'll pitch right before a day off, however that falls into place. The 1-0 misses high and inside to William Contreras. Ball 2-2. 2-0 count. Swing, bangs it over towards third, backhanded by Dansby. He'll fire it over to first. Make that 2 down. I'll tell you already, I'm not a big fan of the. They're calling it TNT Sports, but it's on TBS. I mean, the way they do things makes it incredibly hard. As the first pitch is down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. But their video skips as well. So sometimes we're ahead and sometimes we're behind the 3D. I mean, it is what it is, but it drives you nuts. 0-1. Down and in 1-1. I wish they would let them use the MLB application for all of these, but then make you have to sign in to your junk or whatever to make sure you're getting it legitimate. 1-1 count, outside wide to him. My fear is they're going to change it in 2026. You're going to have to go through the the ESPN app, and it's going to be horrific. We'll still bring it to you. The 2-1 pitch, high and out of the zone. I like the idea of the MLB because there are certain things you can go in there for those of y'all that have it. There are certain things you can go in there, you can see certain things during the game, different views. And then, of course, you can choose the home or the away broadcast is the 3-1 fouls it down, full count. But some of the stuff, and I get it, you're going to be able to get the home and away with the ESPN, but you're not going to be able to get some of the stuff that MLB has, I don't believe. Full count is the 2-2 Mitches, and they have spent more time moving the cameras around. I didn't even see that last pitch because they're showing some dopey owner or something in the crowd. The payoff pitch, high and out of the zone. I believe that's ball 4. The batter's standing there. Okay. Wake up, Yelich. He'll head on down to first. Until he's clocked out. He didn't even know the count in the middle of a playoff game. It's going to be interesting in that Philly-LA series because the strength of Philadelphia and the weakness of the Dodgers and vice versa are, I mean, they're exact opposites. The Dodgers have a very good rotation and a very questionable bullpen. Philly would have thought to have had a good rotation around 3 months ago, but they've been crushed by injuries, but they still have a pretty good back end of the bullpen, so they're going to try to get to the back of the game, but can their starters get them there? The 0-1, 98 out of the zone, 1. I do believe before it's all said and done that the 2 things I mentioned is going to do in both of those teams. I don't think either one of them are going to come home with the hardware. 1-1 count, swing, bangs it down the line. If I was betting on it, I'd actually bet the winner of this series to go to the World Series, but more importantly, I just think the American League's got some pretty good teams that can go toe-to-toe. I mean, you look at Seattle's pitching, and they've added some offense. That's going to be a fun team to watch as the 1-2. By the way, as the ball bounces away, we're going to head on down to second base, get into scoring position. 2 outs here in the 8th. Have y'all seen, I can't play the video because we'll get hit, but have y'all seen the video of the celebration of the Detroit Tigers singing Dinosaur by Hank Williams Jr. after they beat Cleveland? Man, that was funny. That made me a much bigger Detroit fan. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Two-two count. Runner at second. 2 outs. Deuce is wild. The pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. Full count to Bowers, who is pinch hit for Andrew Vaughn. Sal Frelick is on deck. This is probably just to get Bowers a little better glove, but also to get some of the rust off, because some of these guys haven't got many at bats, and you don't know where you're going to need them down the stretch in this series. Pitch on the way, down and in, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Hey, Uncle Charlie, good to see you. I know this was a pop-up, not expected, but once again, if y'all are just joining us, we're going to put the games tonight. So Philly, and then after the Philly game ends, we'll put the Tigers game on the 3D over on Armchair QB Radio. Please go over there and subscribe, and if you want to just chat along. There won't be a play-by-play, so I got to kind of rest the pipes for the next several days, as we are bringing you game 2 of the New York-Toronto series tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then a doubleheader on Monday. 1-0 count, runners on the corners. Ben Brown fires one over to first. High throw. Good play over there by Michael Bush. Ball almost went over his head. He almost had to head for the mountains on that one. But we're going to give you, it is going to be all or nothing this week as the 1-0 chop foul 1-1. So if you want to just chat, we're going to put the 3D up over there. There just won't be play-by-play, but we'll have music or something to keep you entertained, or you can just mute it and just chat along. But it's going to be a double header on Monday and Wednesday, single headers on Sunday and Tuesday, and then we're going to play. So Wednesday and Thursday, we talked about this earlier, but they're going to be elimination days. If all 4 series go to game 5, I'm going to have to strap my boots on, because we're going to have 3 doubleheaders in a row like we did last week. The pitch on the way, swung on, hit over to second base. It'll be a 4-3 putout, and Ben Brown keeps it right where it's at. So we'll see if the Cubs can shock and awe some people. We'll be back in a flash. 9-3, they need a touchdown to tie.
Am I boring? Sure. Social skills? None. But I'm loyal if you feed me, and I will never leave you because, well, I need the food.
Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I think one of my biggest faults is that when I ask somebody what their name is, I forget to listen to what their name is.
On July 15th, 1994, in a game between the Chicago White Sox and the Cleveland Indians, umpires confiscated a bat belonging to the Indian star slugger Albert Bell. They suspected Bell had tampered with it, illegally hollowing it out and filling it with cork to enhance his bat speed. Bell's teammates were worried. They were sure that all of Bell's bats were corked and did not want their best player suspended. Indians pitcher Jason Grimsley had a plan to get his teammate off the hook. Gripping a flashlight with his teeth, he hoisted himself into the crawl space above the clubhouse and inched along on his stomach until he was on top of the umpire's dressing room, where Bell's bat had been locked away for safekeeping. Grimsley lowered himself into the room, replaced Bell's bat with an unadulterated one belonging to another player, and then crawled back to the clubhouse. The umpires were furious when they discovered the switch, but there was little they could do about it.
The hero of the piece is probably Jason Grimsley because he's the one acting on behalf of the team. But there's your problem with cheating. Some of it is, in fact, weirdly commendable, if not noble. You know, Gaylord Perry, how many times did he throw a spitball, and how many times did he merely convince you that he threw a spitball? How many of these are not so much cheats as deceptions? artful deceptions.
Welcome back. Well, it's now or never, Chicago Cubs. 9-3 the score. We're heading to the top of the ninth. And the Cubs have Due Up Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson. 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Brew Crew. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Cubbies. Jake Bowers will stay in to play first base. Lockridge is in left field, replacing Collins for the Brewers. First pitch on the way, down and away. From Mears, the right-hander. It's 1-0. Nick Mears, 3.49 ERA. Pitch, swing, chops it foul. 1-1 count. The information's up in pinned at the top of the top of the chat there. Iron Lung is the 1-1, chops it foul 1 and 2. If you're just joining us, when we're not doing the play-by-plays going forward, we're going to put the chat up over there. We'll have the 3D. Just won't have the play-by-play because I can't do every single game. I'll blow my voice out by Monday and we'll have nothing. So we're going to take the evening off. We're bringing you the Yankees Blue Jays tomorrow and then a doubleheader on Monday and so on and so forth. 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. But if you don't see the game here, go check Armchair QB Radio. That's our alternate channel. It's a very small channel. We've only done a few things over there over the years. But the idea is to eventually get that big enough where we just do all of our football on that channel and all the baseball on this channel. So even if you're not a football fan, Iron Lung, you're going to help get football off this channel. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's on 1. Sucks to suck, Iron Lung. The 0-1. Swing, chops it foul. 2-2. That can't be true because I know darn good and well you're hanging out on one that's always doing that stuff. The 0-2 count, PCA, 1 for 3. Batted .247 in the regular season with 31 home runs. Of course, most of his damage was done at the beginning of the year. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Cubs with 2 more offensive outs. Mears looks in, brings it. Caught looking P at the knee, strike 3. PCA knew it, 2 down. So yeah, we'll put the chat over there. It'll start off obviously with the Dodgers and Phillies, and then as soon as that game's over with, we'll put the 3D up for the other one, the Tigers game tonight. But yeah, that was great. That video was great. If y'all haven't seen it, it's all over TikTok and whatnot. And I think I shared it on Braves Country Radio on Facebook. I think that's where I shared it. But them all singing word for word the Hank Jr. dinosaur, and I can't do it justice, nor would I do it, or would I try. You just got to see it, man. They are into it. The 0-1 swung on, foul back. So if you're not familiar with the wording, you'll really laugh when you see it. Hey, you'd think all 30 of them grew up on the farm with bonfires the way they were singing that song. The 0-2 count, Cubs down to the last strike. Dansby Swanson. Swing! Pops it up. Down the right field line, bending in foul territory, just out of play. We'll do it again. That's always good to see, Richard. Go Nashville. The 0-2. Brings it down and away. Did he go around? He did not. And I'll see y'all there on the chat tonight. I'll be watching games and on the chat. One-two count. Just missed. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get punched out of that one. It wasn't a strike, but it was close enough with a 6-run game. I guarantee you, regular season, he's going to yak him right there. 2-2 by Dansby. He's trying to work his way aboard. Shaw is on deck. Then it's Michael Bush, Horner, Tucker, and Suzuki represents the tying run. So 2 outs, a 2-2 count.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
The 2-2. Swing! That ball's hammered down the left field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Backhanded out there by Lockridge. He'll fire it into the infield, and the Cubs still have life with 2 outs. Yeah, Gary, those bots show up during October with us. They used to show up all the time, but then when we went to the subscription thing, it slowed down a little bit, but they're in full force. Yes, sir, Mr. James. I'll be cracking some cold ones and watching both of y'all. I'm looking forward to it. Finally get to, I know people say decompress, but I always say finally get to decompose. I haven't even, it's been on in the background, but I haven't even paid attention to the college football scoreboard. We got here just in time for this game. Ballesteros, the batter, first pitch on the way, is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. A little surprised he has not been in the game until now. I mean, this guy's got a good stick. The 1-0. Right there at the knees. 1-1. They're not giving us much of a chance, James, but I disagree. As the great Bobby Bowden used to say, you never know what's going to happen when you get them down there in the briar patch. Pitch on the way is down below the knees. 2-1. It's warm in Miami, but it's not sticky hot like it is in Hassey. I lived in Hassey for a while, man. Woo! The 2-1 swung on, foul back, 2-2. So once again, Cubs are down to their last strike. Dansby's down at third as he took third base on defensive indifference. I wonder if someone could take home plate on defensive indifference. The 2-2 swing, slaps it down the line. If you had a left-hander on the mound and a good enough blowout, I feel like you could just jog your way on down, steal home. And then what do? You can't call that defensive indifference, can you? The 2-2 count. Swing, chops it over to first. Is it fair? It is. Stepping on the pillow is the first baseman Bowers, and that'll end the inning. So that'll end the game. Brewers win it 9-3. Never really was close. And yeah, I look forward to that, Peter. Brewers win. Brewers win. Milwaukee Brewers win. Game ball, I'm going to give it to Freddie Peralta. He came out in a big game one, 5 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 punchies. And he set the tone. After that leadoff home run by Bush, he set the tone and never looked back. The Brewers offense collectively would have to get a share of the game ball. It's 6 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and 9-1 was your score out the gate. Cubs added a couple of solo shots, but that's it. We will see you next time. Armchair QB Radio will be firing up the chat over there at 6 p.m. Make sure to check it out. We'll have the 3D kicking. and a little bit of Muzak to get you through the doubleheader. And remember, tomorrow, pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, Blue Jays, Yankees. The score over there, by the way, the Blue Jays are up early in that game 2-0. We'll see you then.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.